Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, May 16th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 549 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Human remains discovered near college campus in Dallas identified as missing businessman Alan White. Jeff Bezos and the secretive world of super yachts. Heavy rain causes flooding across Dallas-Fort Worth, up to 8 inches predicted this week. Arson suspect sawdust brush fire near LA's exclusive Pacific Palisades forces evacuations. Gunman hides in woman's trunk, shoots at her as she enters women's clinic, Texas cops say. Biden has yet to reverse many of Trump's pro-Israel policies he labeled destructive. Police, woman kills her 2 kids with meat cleaver in Arizona. Witnesses, man who killed Arkansas woman lured out neighbors. Aspiring journalist who at 11 interviewed President Obama has died at 23. Brooklyn Center in Minneapolis votes through sweeping police reform after fatal shootings of black men. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Bodycams haven't lived up to promises of exposing police misconduct. One reason, the police decide what to release, USA Today. UFC 262, Charles Oliveira post-fight press conference, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. GOP election official in Arizona County recount, Trump is unhinged, Business Insider. Tesla crash victim lauded full self-driving in videos on TikTok, Reuters. SNL mocks mask confusion over new CDC guidance, is this a trap, Fox News. Hundreds of bodies found buried along Indian riverbanks, the Associated Press. Kobe Bryant among class of 2020 officially inducted into Basketball Hall of Fame, CNN International. Biden kills Trump plan for American Heroes Sculpture Garden, report, Fox News. Tiger seen roaming around Houston is finally found, the Daily Beast. AP photos, fear and grief grip Gaza anew amid familiar glare, Associated Press. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. GOP Arizona County Chair slams twisted Republican recount as dangerous. I put on my helmet, and I ran, one journalist recounts Israel's destruction of a media tower. America's deadly domestic extremism worst in 24 years, reveals new FBI report. Black teen softball player humiliated after facing backlash for beaded braids. Trump bashes 2020 presidential election as crime of the century. Thousands stand in solidarity with Palestine in rallies held across U.S. cities worldwide. BBC's Martin Bashir resigns as report on Princess Diana interview looms. Mayor apologizes on behalf of city for shooting on historically black campus. Ludacris and Eudoxie Bridges are expecting a baby. Brace yourselves for the Bridgerton spin-off that was just announced. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Teams miss tournament due to vaccine issue. Statue, display vandalized outside Brooklyn church. Pro-Palestinian protesters demand end to airstrikes. Parents say their son was bruised by bus driver. Man being treated for flesh-eating bacteria. Firefighters deliver Instacart orders after crash. 50-car train derails. Vehicle flies off overpass, falls 30 feet. Isami, victory for man as attorney curbs parking ticket appeal. 14 months after COVID-19, park still closed. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. UN Security Council is set to meet on Mideast violence. America is reopening, here's what it looks like. On the scrappy fringes of French politics, Marine Le Pen tries to rebrand. The many blunders of the Secret Service, and the dangers they pose to U.S. presidents. A curious golfer, a lawnmower and 1,000 hours in lockdown. SNL is just as confused about the new mask guidelines as you are. Houston tiger is found after being missing for days. University of California will no longer consider SAT intact scores. Ron Bauer wins the 2021 Preakness, surging past Medina Spirit. CDC guidance prompts major retailers to drop mask requirements. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. NYPD officers react to ban from New York City Pride Parade, shameful. Portland mayor grateful for Biden reversal of Trump order that sent federal agents to city amid protests. Phoenix roller coaster stalls, prompting rescue of 22 riders, report. Dr. Nicole Safier, COVID-19 and America, the state of emergency is over and it's time to declare it. Vietnam vets killed during secret Pacific mission get Maine memorial nearly 60 years later. Dad to be sees pink, throws a fit at gender reveal party. Molly Tibbetts accused killer, an illegal migrant, to stand trial soon in Iowa. Josh Hawley's cancelled book now a bestseller, reports. SNL mocks mask confusion over new CDC guidance, is this a trap? Hive updates, Israeli military targets home of Gaza's top Hamas leader. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, May 16th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. We cannot allow NHS Trust to stop patients getting support of a loved one, writes MP Alicia Kearns. As house price frenzy breaks rules, is market about to overheat? England's oldest pub will join 40,000 others in opening its doors tomorrow as restrictions are eased. Matt Hancock helped sex text shame former Tory Minister Brooks Newmark land £180 contract. Children's author slams publishers constantly commissioning celebrities like Duchess of Sussex. Great British Bullet Holes, a review of the Mary Harriers pub with rooms in Surrey. Why the Fabulous Pharaohs is Europe's best-kept travel secret. Meghan Markle's best friend Jessica Mulroney speaks out on mental health days after Prince Harry. Police chief warns speeding drivers should not be treated more leniently than knife-wielding thugs. Warnings that new animal sentience bill will spark rows over halal meat and open floodgates. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Pre-dawn Israeli airstrikes kill 26 in Gaza as Biden, regional partners push for ceasefire. Israeli strikes kill 26, topple buildings in Gaza City. Severe cyclone heading towards southern India, 4 dead. Hundreds of bodies found buried along Indian riverbanks. Afghan ceasefire ends amid calls for fresh peace talks. Myanmar junta attacks western town that resisted coup. What's behind the violence in Israel and Gaza? Amid intense Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, a media hub hit after warning. She was a transgender social media star in Cameroon. Now she faces 5 years in prison. Taiwan raises coronavirus alert level as residents stockpile toilet paper and food. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. A slap in the face. California Uber and Lyft drivers criticize pay cuts under Prop 22. How did it happen that Israel's Jews and Arabs rose up against each other? Dalia Sheindlin. Israel's Netanyahu says Gaza attacks will go on as long as necessary. Tiny traces of DNA found in cave dust may unlock secret life of Neanderthals. Journalist Patrick Radden Keefe, I've always been interested in secrecy. Why Solange Matters by Stephanie Phillips Review, Celebration of a Free Spirit. Who's to blame for reigniting the Israel-Palestine conflict? Take your pick from Iranian plots to U.S. weakness. Could engineered coral save the planet's reefs from destruction? Afghanistan, fighting resumes in South after 3-day ceasefire for Eid. AIDS and ACT UP, Sarah Schulman puts women and people of color back at the heart of the story. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 2 men wrongfully sent to death row awarded $75 in damages. Republican Arizona election official says Trump unhinged. Rombauer pulls Preakness upset, Baffert's Medina Spirit third. Police, mom detained after 2 kids found dead in Arizona. Tiger seen wandering neighborhood found after week of searching. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Israel-Gaza conflict, airstrike targets Hamas leader. Isami, DJ set in the clouds and Harry Potter in NYC. No alternative to vaccine passports, says Dubai airport boss. India COVID-19, the tuk-tuk ambulance helping patients. The mid-air walkway saving endangered animals. Africa's lost languages, how English can fuel an identity crisis. Israel-Palestinian conflict, false and misleading claims fact-checked. Torlonia marbles, the priceless statues I saw covered in dust and dirt. COVID economy, what economists got right and wrong. How do you convince people to have babies? The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Bodycams haven't lived up to promises of exposing police misconduct. One reason, the police decide what to release. Israeli official defense strike on media building. AP staff evacuates Gaza building before Israeli strike. Today in history for May 15th. Tear gas used as pro-Palestinian march defies Paris ban. Colonial Pipeline paid a $5 ransom, but will that only invite other malware hacks? If the payments stop, the attacks will stop. Essential workers raise concerns about new CDC mask guidance. Mask mandates fall in some states, remain in others. Latest COVID-19 updates. AP statement on Israeli attack on office building. Retailers make way for mask-free shopping after new CDC guidance. Remote learners at North Carolina high school excluded from prom, even if they were invited. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Palisades fire near Topanga Canyon, evacuations, road closures, shelters. Some Topanga Canyon homes evacuated as brush fire in Pacific Palisades grows to 750 acres. Los Angeles County reports 306 new coronavirus cases, 5 deaths on Saturday. Thousands of protesters gather in Westwood to rally in support of Palestinians. LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger urges Governor Newsom to lift mask mandate for the vaccinated. 2 men drown at swimming hole in Western Sierra. Trader Joe's drops mask rules, but many customers keep them on. It's too soon. Northern California tree trimmer charged in 3 slayings. Column, if Garcetti leaves early for India ambassador post, how will he be remembered? Newsom offers $1 billion to complete critical transit projects before 2028 Olympics. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, May 16th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Dock workers in Livorno, Italy, refuse to load the ship suspected of carrying arms to Israel, declare solidarity with Palestinian people. South African government calls for Israel to be investigated by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. China says U.S. ignoring Palestinians' plight by blocking UN meeting. Critics on left and right bash Biden's response to Israel-Gaza violence. Israel PM Netanyahu vows to continue Gaza attacks for as long as necessary. Will not be silenced. AP, Al Jazeera condemn Israel for bombing Gaza media offices and nearly killing their journalists. Deaths in Gaza as Israel launches most intense raids yet, live. Malaysia calls for immediate UN Security Council action to stop attacks on Palestine. The Associated Press pushes back on Israel's claim about Gaza media building, saying they had no indication Hamas was in the building. Israeli airstrike on Gaza claims 8 young cousins Israel. 2 Palestinians shot by IDF were security officers, not terrorists. Ramallah's intelligence corps says that Ahmad Darag, one of its officers, was shot by Israel in cold blood. Israel says it is examining incident. Israel argues tower it bombed housing reporters not a media center but Hamas HQ. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern tops Fortune magazine's World's Greatest Leaders list. After speaking with Biden, Netanyahu suggests Israel's assault in Gaza will persist. Thousands gather at pro-Palestine demonstration in Montreal. The next headlines are from Forbes. Mobile commerce is the under-the-radar story in consumers' flight to digital shopping. What Israeli-Palestinian conflict does and doesn't mean for the Abraham Accords. Sustainable pet industry grapples with its meat problem. Indiana Pacers DPOY candidate Miles Turner talks Legos, blocked shots and Team USA goal. Meet Angels Envy's new limited edition bourbon finished in Madeira casks. 10 great movies to stream before they disappear from Netflix at the end of May. Estrella Media's 2021 to 2022 upfront focuses on originals and digital-first initiatives. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, updated May 15th. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, update, May 8th. Horrified Associated Press and Al Jazeera denounce Israeli attack. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,705,536,075 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The Muppets make a surprise appearance on Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live's Kate McKinnon resumes role as Dr. Fauci to explain the CDC's new mask rules. Be positive, United States avow renewed at CBS. All Eyes, Unicorn cancelled by CBS. Lakeith Stanfield further addresses anti-Semitic clubhouse room, hate is not up for debate. Run the World is Smart, vibrant update of NYC relationship dramedies, TV review. Army of the Dead, Zack and Deborah Snyder discuss the long road to making the zombie epic. Streaming deals key to upfront ad sales as networks gun for price hikes. Stars' Run the World celebrates premiere at Newey House Hollywood. How Finding You composers crafted an Irish musical landscape. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Medics, Israeli airstrikes kill 23 in downtown Gaza City. Rombauer pulls surprise win at Preakness Stakes. After Chauvin verdict, black police officers consider what has changed. Israeli airstrike flattens building housing AP and other media in Gaza City. Israeli strike in Gaza destroys building that housed AP, other media. Vaccines in, masks off. Does this mean it's time to go back to the office? When your company is named COVID, you've heard all the jokes. Stolen beehives devastate French beekeepers. Blinken to head north on Arctic trip. WHO report calls pandemic preventable disaster, calls out lack of global leadership. The following headlines are from the week. Watch Vanessa Bryant's Hall of Fame speech on behalf of her late husband Kobe. Rombauer upsets Medina Spirit to win Preakness. Staunch Israel supporter Senator Bob Menendez expresses concern about Palestinian airstrikes. The next 6 months will challenge White House to stay firm on no-fear inflation stance, economist says. Colonial Pipeline attack increases bipartisan urgency to reform cyber attack reporting laws. What will China's rover be researching on Mars? Al Jazeera accuses Israel of war crime after tower housing its Gaza offices destroyed. 10 things you need to know today, May 15, 2021. Palestinian politicians skeptical of Biden envoy's chances of securing ceasefire between Israel, Hamas. 7 scathingly funny cartoons about Liz Cheney's ouster. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Hydroxyl, seen for the first time in an exoplanet atmosphere. Astronomers measure the background brightness of the night sky across the world. Canary Islands are the darkest in the survey. Massive stars mix hydrogen in their cores, causing them to pulse every few hours or days. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, May 16th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Listen, have aliens already visited us? Why is Mars sometimes bright and sometimes faint? The next news is from Politico. Biden calls for end to violence in talks with Netanyahu and Abbas. Care to boycott White House-side celebration over Israel support. McKissick whips Wood in South Carolina GOP race. Student reporter who interviewed Obama at White House dies at 23. Biden admin reroutes billions in emergency stockpile, COVID funds to border crunch. Democrats embrace a tougher tack toward Israel as violence flares. Arizona audit divides wobbling state GOP. A federal government left completely blind on cyber attacks looks to force reporting. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Phoenix salvage gripping draw with City after Israeli strikers' eye-catching goal celebration. As it happened, AFL 2021, Kelly stars as Eagles defeat Crows, D's beat Blues, Dons upset Dockers. Nick Nat, Kelly fire as Eagles romp over Crows. That's Australia, retired nurse find over message scrawled on billboard. New school maths course to teach students how to budget and read their payslip. You're not just a robot, bringing work closer to where people live. Nothing in the budget for public hospitals under pressure. Concussion crisis the greatest challenge we've had to date, Vlandis. Just as safe as soccer, junior clubs praise high shot crackdown. Mother and 2-year-old daughter missing from Sydney South. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyist, is it ethical for cruise lines, schools or Broadway to restrict entry to people not vaccinated against COVID-19? The Moneyist, no, you're not crazy. Yes, CDC mask guidelines are confusing, so should you stop wearing a mask in public or not? The Escape Home, 5 summer destinations that still have rentals available. Newswatch, Dogecoin prices surge 40% higher, but here's one sign the crypto is headed for a lasting breakout, analysts say. Outside the box, when and how will I retire? 3 strategies to get you there. Retirement Weekly, who is exempt from the 10-year rule when inheriting an IRA? The Wall Street Journal, empty lots, angry customers, chip crisis throws wrench into car business. Outside the box, I own a small business, this is what a $15 minimum wage means for me. Therese Poletti's Tech Tales, the SPAC explosion has reached a reckoning. Robert Powell, how much should you withdraw from your 401k? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Vidal's patent number increases by 142% a year, VietnamNet. Unpacking 5G SEPs and standards contribution data, IPWatchdog.com. Law 360 cheat sheet, Peloton's IP battles, Law 360. The next headlines are from Quartz. Kenya's COVID-19 contract scandal, early-stage funding gaps, glamorizing cybercrime. Africa's plastics bans are pitting the environment against the economy. How an NGO helped 10,000 COVID-19 patients survive India's oxygen shortage. Remembering the architect who birthed our obsession with beautiful office interiors. A new book reveals how Germany ran a sophisticated spy operation in South Africa during World War II. Weekend edition, cancel the Olympics, cyber privateers, genetic medicine. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, May 9-15. Angry Joe tears 2 into Twitch over its one-sided approach to DMCA takedowns. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Palisades fire. Keegan-Michael Key. Bruins. Pujols. Cruz Azul. Ben Wallace. Henry Cavill. Kobe Bryant. Al Jazeera. UFC 262. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Italy's enormous debt pile continues to grow. Elon, where's my car? UFC's Dariush targets Tesla boss in post-fight tirade, labels beaten rival Ferguson a zombie, video. Bitcoin still on track to $100K despite growing risks, strategic investor says. Israel claims to have destroyed Hamas leader's home in Gaza as cross-border attacks continue. Child killed and several people injured after suspected gas explosion destroys homes in Lancashire. Space Force commander sacked after claiming U.S. military is under assault from neo-Marxist critical race theory. Iraq revives its monster pipeline project. Comeback King Oliveira crowned lightweight champion after stopping Chandler in incredible reversal at UFC 262, video. Never seen anything like it, Edson Barboza Lance Bizarre delayed KO as rival staggers on before collapsing at UFC 262, video. Hazmat team responds to hydrochloric acid leak after 50-car train derails in Albert Lea, Minnesota, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. The end of Western Globalia. Visualizing key generation-defining events in U.S. history. Denying reality leads to tyranny and societal failure. IRS launches crackdown to ensure crypto investors pay their taxes. Portland Police Union president says city is on the precipice of a gang war. PFAS crisis, toxic forever chemicals found in U.S. mother's breast milk. A timeline of the Great Reset agenda. These are the world's top 50 social media influencers. What is proof of stake? How it differs from proof of work. NASA rocket launch could dazzle Saturday night sky in eastern U.S. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Israel destroys home of most senior Hamas leader in Gaza. In pictures, world rallies in solidarity with Palestinians. Rescuers dig for survivors as Gaza suffers most intense bombing. Afghan ceasefire ends amid calls for fresh talks with Taliban. Can children get long COVID? Chileans vote for 155-member assembly to draft new constitution. Panic buying in Taiwan as new COVID-19 rules kick off. Philippines douses 5-hour blaze at Manila Hospital. The fallacy of the colonial right to defense. Thousands rally in U.S. in support of Palestinians. The next headlines are from Breitbart. AP denies any knowledge Gaza office building was shared with Hamas terrorists. Russia plans to send film crew to space station for first movie shot in space. Ontario, Canada, bans outdoor recreation citing alleged coronavirus risk. Struggling Hong Kong airline sells in-flight food cart online. Foundry groups, inability to find workers has reached crisis level, urge end to extended unemployment. Proud to be American, DeSantis speed scabbard leather holster. 3 women accused of leaving pig's head at former home of Chauvin witness. China claims Mars landing after out-of-control rocket fiasco. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announces end to mask mandate, other restrictions. Mo Brooks, Biden has worst 100 days of any president in U.S. history. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. New Space Force base evolves from Vandenberg AFB. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Biden administration takes steps to reinstate migratory bird protections after Trump rule struck down by court. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Rubber made from dandelions is making tires more sustainable, truly a wondrous plant. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, May 16th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Wild boars steal woman's groceries outside a supermarket near Rome. Recent surge of UFO sightings in U.S. cannot be entirely attributed to SpaceX Starlink launches, Fulcrum. Mount Pleasant man throws punches, swing golf club wields knife in roommate battle over lighter fluid purchase. Former New Jersey resident heartbroken after dog dies during grooming at PetSmart. Woman hoarding gas in stolen car catches on fire after crash while evading police. California woman may have washed $26 and lottery fortune down the drain. Brits urged to drink 124 pints each to help struggling pubs get back on their feet. California governor candidate under investigation over 1,000 pounds bear sidekick. Mammals can breathe through anus in emergencies. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How dating apps have adapted to the pandemic and made romancing safer. After a year of Zoom meetings, we'll need to rebuild trust through eye contact. Get one of these Kodak projectors for the ultimate summer movie night experience. Here's why predicting space weather is even harder than it sounds. What we're expecting from Google I/O 2021. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New technology enables rapid sequencing of entire genomes of plant pathogens. Fiber optics used to take the temperature of Greenland ice sheet. Harvesting light like nature does. People at high genetic risk for colorectal cancer benefit more from lifestyle changes. Path of light in photosynthesis traced. New cyanobacteria species spotlights early life. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, May 16th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. 3 points, Albert Russink more involved for RSL, first shutout for David Ochoa, and it was a weird game. Park City native Haley Batten wins World Cup mountain biking event. Over half of Utahns ages 12 and up have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. It's an honor, the Hall of Fame's class of 2020 enshrined. Rombauer rumps to upset victory in Preakness Stakes. Turkmenian Markhor dead at Hogel Zoo after sparring match with another Markhor. Ground broken for Deseret Peak LDS Temple in Tooele. Justin Thulin, in replacing Cheney, GOP chooses the big lie and power over truth and democracy. Hillary Steerling, Utah congressman promote a false kind of unity. David Brooks, this is how wokeness ends. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Researchers build tiny wireless, injectable chips, visible only under a microscope. Study finds alarming levels of forever chemicals in U.S. mother's breast milk. New spaceport announced in Nova Scotia, operational in 2023. 2 satellites lost after Rocket Lab's second stage booster fails to reach orbit. How America will improve its cybersecurity. Analyzing 30 years of brain research finds no meaningful differences between male and female brains. Pipeline attacked by ransomware has now resumed normal operations. Report, 65% of social media anti-vax propaganda comes from just 12 people. University cancels $700,000 in student debt for 220 graduates affected by the pandemic. Is computer history also a history of physical pains? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Mother of 3 keeps positive attitude after fire leaves nothing behind. Rombauer pulls Preakness upset, Medina Spirit finishes 3rd. Albert Pujols signs with LA Dodgers. Police investigating St. Louis shooting that injured 3. City and county leaders encourage vaccinations as mask mandates end. Interstate signs to mark Illinois electric vehicle stations. Authorities rescue 9 human trafficking victims in Missouri. New law to give local prosecutors voice in speaking up about wrongful convictions. Edwardsville businesses thrilled to be a step closer to normal in Isle Bridge phase. Some St. Louis businesses keep mask guidelines, others ready to ditch it. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Sheriff's detectives recover stolen artifacts in Escondido, arrest 2 men. Hundreds march in solidarity with Palestinians at Balboa Park. Nola drives in 6 runs, Padres embarrass Cardinals 13-3. It's an honor, the Basketball Hall of Fame's class of 2020 enshrined. Protesters in major U.S. cities decry airstrikes over Gaza. Israel strikes Gaza home of Hamas leader, destroys AP office. Armed Forces Day, Walt Disney World honors cast member who served in World War II with flag raising ceremony. San Diego reports 138 COVID-19 cases, 5 deaths. 6 suspected drunk drivers arrested at Pacific Beach checkpoint. Activists call on district attorney to prosecute police abuse. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Pervert who used spy cam to film woman in toilet caught when ex found secret app. 13 AirTag tracking scenarios, tidbits. AirTags are a stalker's dream device because there is no Android app. Apple AirTag, a brilliant car tracker, as this road test proves. Secret sharers, the hidden ties between private spies and journalists. AirTag security risk discovered, Apple device can be used to send malicious malware. Luxury jet makers battle over lucrative spy plane niche. Perspective: meet Patrice, the spy museum robot who is opening a secret world to hospitalized kids. GPS tracker market remuneration to exceed $2,425.4 million US mark by 2025. Janine Bruckner, ousted Central Intelligence Agency officer who challenged agency in court, dies at 80. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, May 16, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Bay Area colleges get creative with graduation ceremonies. New COVID-19 vaccination site opens in SF's Visitation Valley. Thousands attend Free Palestine demonstration in San Francisco. Man strangles relative, threatens to kill her with sword in Petaluma. Toddler critically hurt after finding gun, shooting himself. Teen fatally shot in San Mateo school parking lot. Israel strikes Gaza home of Hamas leader, AP office. Albert Pujol signing with Los Angeles Dodgers, source. The Big Three, Hall of Fame night awaits Duncan, Garnett, Bryant. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pope urges peace, unity during special mass for Myanmar. North Korea withdraws from World Cup qualification. Aaron Judge homers again, Yankees beat Orioles 8-2. Hernandez scores MLS best 7th goal, Galaxy beat Austin 2-0. Paris homers again as Royals beat Rodden, White Sox 5-1. Barrington event raises money to use dogs in fight against human trafficking. Is a Bears move to Arlington Park realistic? Other NFL towns show what has to happen. Suburban Skyview, a final aloha to Aloha Falls. Constable, Nicoricco case at center of lawyers' diverse career. Democrats aim to have new map drawn by May 31st. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Today in history, Seattle began constructing the only U.S. fallout shelter tucked in an interstate. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Red alert for Tropical Cyclone Tokti 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.125 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth, 16.85 km, in Japan May 16, 2021, 3:23 UTC, about 3,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth, 19.68 km, in Vanuatu May 15, 2021, 1:58 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, May 16th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Storms for some this morning, much more to come. Victor Cuevas bond revocation hearing drags out despite Big Cat being handed over. Kobe Bryant posthumously inducted into Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Young leukemia survivor implodes Austin flyover in Make-A-Wish opportunity. Rombauer crosses finish line first at Preakness, Medina Spirit finishes third. NYC Pride bans NYPD from participating in events, including world-famous march. Children line up to receive first dose of COVID-19 vaccine at events hosted by Texas Congresswoman. Mayor Turner speaks at vaccination site created for Houstonians with disabilities. I felt humiliated, Black high school softball player forced to cut braids during game. One hospitalized after home's patio collapses in Northeast Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Islamic leaders hold emergency meeting on Gaza. The latest, 100s of bodies found buried on India riverbanks. Medics, Israeli airstrikes kill 26 in downtown Gaza City. Turkey eases COVID-19 restrictions but keeps many curfews. Israel bombs home of Gaza's top Hamas leader. AP photos, Icelandic volcanic eruption, a wonder of nature. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, what's the future look like for New York City? Supporters of Palestine rally in Brooklyn as Israel-Hamas conflict rages. NYC Pride bans NYPD and law enforcement groups from marching in parades. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. More than half of New York's adults have been fully vaccinated, Cuomo says. After year-long pause, NY approved to start long-awaited Metro North expansion project in the Bronx. Police investigate hate crimes at mosque and church in Brooklyn. 3 teens charged in subway slashing spree that injured several people. The COVID vaccines could easily squash the pandemic. The hard part is finding the best incentives. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. First person, gardening is political, says Irish celebrity horticulturist. Children bearing brunt of escalating violence between Israelis and Palestinians, UNICEF. UN Human Rights Chief appeals for de-escalation in Israel-Palestine crisis. South America's gas dreams. Tanzania helpline calls time on child marriage and abuse. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Biden phones Netanyahu after Israel flattens AP offices in Gaza, has yet to condemn attack. Hilarious, gas station puts Hunter Biden meme on their sign, hope gas prices don't get too high. Update for China completes historic Mars spacecraft landing. Vaccine virtue signaling and the cult of woke. Israel's big lie, this isn't self-defense, it's a war crime, aided and abetted by the U.S. Pressure on independent media reflects investigative journalism's growing impact. Israel is deliberately obliterating media buildings in Gaza to cover up the war crimes that will follow. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Pipeline operator says normal operations have resumed. Does Costco have a new chicken sandwich? Did U.S. Energy Secretary say gas crisis would not affect electric car drivers? Kid reporter who interviewed Obama at White House dies at 23. Did Senator Inhofe tell EPA nominee that if she didn't behave he'd talk to her daddy? Statement, AP horrified by Israeli attack on its office. Did Ronaldo snub the president of Israel? Was Matt Gaetz the lone no vote on 2017 anti-human trafficking bill? Does Eye of the Moon in Utah photo depict a real phenomenon? Philadelphia now says move victims' remains weren't cremated. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The over-the-top library with a secret treasure. I'm planning on wearing these hiking shoes all summer long. Equating guns with freedom is a toxic myth that hurts us all. OMG, I want to rent that house, Santa Barbara, CA. Here's one more way women get shortchanged on money matters. Food hacks or mess porn, celebrity chefs unpack a weird viral trend. Norton I declared himself Emperor of the United States, and his subjects loved it. These startups could make abortion one click away. How 3 dead prostitutes triggered a wild satanic panic. A super coronavirus vaccine could be in your future. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Subway slashing suspect arraigned in connection with gang initiation ritual. Yankees need this version of Aaron Judge to stay. Otis making rest of Giants offseason a mystery. Yankees Aaron Hicks headed to injured list with wrist injury. Mets Jeff McNeil set to start again after sitting as a precaution. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. James Webb Space Telescope launch delay likely, says government report. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. States shedding mask mandates over new CDC guidelines. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Arizona mom killed her 2 kids, reported hearing voices telling her to do it, police say. North Carolina brothers awarded $75 in federal civil rights case. Tiger loose in Houston for a week finally captured. Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld relax mask policies amid new CDC guidelines. Mississippi mayor apologizes for sins of our past in 1970 shootings by cops. AOC calls Israel apartheid state in Twitter outburst over Gaza attacks. Retired black judge, 81, wrongly detained by Vancouver police after being mistaken for suspect estimated to be 40-50 years old. Tesla crash victim used autopilot feature for social media fame. Talladega Superspeedway offers free vaccines, COVID tests and laps around track. Family of man killed with a frying pan outrage at sentencing decision. The following headlines are from military.com. Space Force CO who got holiday call from Trump fired over comments decrying Marxism in the military. U.S. and Greece working on deal to expand military cooperation in the Mediterranean. VMI gets first female commander of Corps of Cadets. Israeli military accused of using media to trick Hamas. Niheo Mars, China's Huron rover touches down on Red Planet. Belarus military officer sentenced for leaking document on government crackdown. Acclimation period before Marine Corps boot camp could stave off recruit crud. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Tribune Publishing employees hold 11th hour Save Local News rally shareholder vote to sell to hedge fund Alden looms. Worker, 53, dies after concrete vaulted sidewalk collapses on him in heart of Chicago, officials say. Chicago police look for man wanted in Humboldt Park sexual assault. Rapper Lil Reese, 2 others shot on near North Side in apparent gunfight over stolen car, authorities say. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 92,923 administered vaccine doses, 1,513 new COVID-19 cases and 47 deaths reported Saturday. Logan Square man charged with attempted murder took selfie, rode tow truck to shoot 35-year-old man in face, prosecutors say. So grateful, says nurse injured in Indiana crash, awarded $43.50 and in first in-person Cook County civil trials in start of pandemic. 2 people fatally shot and 3 injured at party in Gresham among 5 dead and at least 15 wounded in city shootings Friday afternoon into Saturday, police say. Man who had been stabbed rode CTA Blue Line train into loop, police say. Citations pending against Jeep driver after motorcyclist killed in crash in Fulton River District. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Is your family CO safe when big storms hit? Boom times for organic cocoa in Ivory Coast. Rocket Lab satellite launch from New Zealand site fails. Is beef the new coal? Climate-friendly eating is on the rise. Undimmed, the battle over a unique European river. Back-to-back tornadoes kill 12 in China, over 300 injured. China lands on Mars in major advance for its space ambitions. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, May 16th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Bremen fires coach, reappoints old coach to clinch survival. Islamic nations hold emergency summit on Israel-Gaza attacks. Why is COVID-19 killing so many young children in Brazil? Doctors are baffled. AP photos, Icelandic volcanic eruption, a wonder of nature. OL rain, North Carolina played a scoreless draw in opener. Oliveira stops Chandler, claims lightweight title at UFC 262. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes May 16, 2021, Megan Fox, make moderation a priority. Bridge, May 16, 2021. Word game, May 16, 2021. Ask Amy, if I want my husband help, I'll have to confess what I've been doing. Dear Abby, I sarcastically suggested he break up with me. I was stunned when he did. Portland sends Earthquakes to their second straight MLS defeat. Jane Dornacker remembered for hilarious traffic reports and chilling last words, roadshow. SF Giants blow 4-run lead in Pittsburgh, bullpen woes cost team another game. Shooting at Burger King in East Oakland wounds man. Man shot to death as gunfire breaks out in Sunnyvale. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Police, missing Texas tiger has been found safe, healthy. Protesters in major U.S. cities decry airstrikes over Gaza. Project Veritas James O'Keefe blasts New York Times for garbage hit piece. Rombauer pulls Preakness upset, Baffert's Medina Spirit third. Eric Swalwell recalls clash with Marjorie Taylor Greene staffer, people are just losing patience. Liz Cheney says she regrets voting to re-elect Donald Trump in 2020. Pipeline operator says normal operations have resumed. Walmart, Costco face mask requirement for fully vaccinated shoppers. Cash windfall helps Newsom shake California recall election. Sununu insists Biden disrespected police with flag directive. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Settlement push in East Jerusalem neighborhood shows Israeli apartheid. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, May 16, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Simple surgery prevents strokes in heart patients. Rutgers reports first instance of COVID-19 triggering recurrent blood clots in arms. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man charged with placing fake pipe bomb on Edgewater sidewalk. Man killed in Marinook crash, police. 14-year-old hurt in Chatham shooting. Horoscope for Sunday, May 16, 2021. Watch, Michael Jordan turns mean in SNL parody of The Last Dance. Carlos Rodon battles but takes first loss as Royals beat White Sox. Cubs pitching falls short in extra inning loss to the Tigers. Cubs activate Avian Happ from injured list. To protect all of us, government and business had better step up cybersecurity. Bears rookie Larry Borom, I can pass block with the best of them. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, May 16, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Teenage flyer set to take to the skies in world record bid, Buckinghamshire Free Press. Hyundai Nexo FCEV travels over 887 kilometers in single tank of hydrogen, creates new world record, News 18. European Championships, Kaminga on joining the 57 club with PD, Swimming World magazine. Paralympian Karasawa breaks world record in men's T11 5000 m. The Japan News. Be part of a world record attempt in Norfolk and Waveney, free radio. Australia's McKeon narrowly misses 15 backstroke world record, France 24. 17 images, Gold Coast Beach Parade, Herald Sun. Maryland Foundation earns Guinness World Record in order to bring awareness about suicide prevention, CBS Baltimore. Bell toll success, again, with powerlifting victory, WHBF, rquadcities.com. Sizzling times from Olivia Smalaga and Ryan Murphy in 100 backstroke, Swimming World magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. A porn site sold an NFT, so of course the winner's username is NSFW. President Biden's alleged Venmo account was found in less than 10 minutes and then promptly disappeared. Legends of the Hidden Temple TV reboot aims to capitalize on nostalgia. Looks like Twitter may be working on a subscription service called Twitter Blue for $2.99 per month. Marvel's Secret Invasion series taps Thomas Bissetta and Ali Selim to direct. Monica Rambeau scenes were cut from WandaVision, and here's why. The entire state of California is in drought, but the impacts are just beginning. Emily Blunt says Edge of Tomorrow 2 is too expensive to film. Ex-Apple employee claims company knew about his misogynistic writings and hired him anyway. More Indiana Jones 5 casting suggests it might actually happen this time. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 116.78 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome in Antarctica at minus 92.74 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 69.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The chip shortage is driving up tech prices, starting with TVs. Colonial Pipeline paid a $5 million ransom and kept the vicious cycle turning. China has successfully landed on Mars, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. SNL's Tony Fauci panics as CDC skits on mask guidance get more salacious and absurd. Netanyahu says Israel will use Hamas as long as necessary. Massive fire in West LA, police search for suspected arsonist, report. Janine Pirro gets confused by her own graphic, while she's live on air, whatever. GOP congressman repositioning his stance on the big lie as he runs statewide in New York, report. State GOP chair resigns to take job lobbying for Liberty University, report. Perjury charges could hit gun dealer in Congress for testimony in Trump insurrection cases, ex-prosecutor. Israel bombs Hamas Gaza chief's home as fighting enters 7th day. Thousands rally in North America in solidarity with Palestinians. Life will dramatically change under brutal American oligarchy. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. And you thought poisoning feral pigs would be easy? Journalists found Biden's Venmo account in 10 minutes. That should make you worry. Marjorie Taylor Greene may have just been caught in an illegal property tax scheme. Congressional Democrats are all vaccinated. Their Republican colleagues, not so much. Big Tech doesn't want you fixing your gadgets. This federal agency is calling BS. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Study finds evidence of solar wind particles buried within Earth's core, CTV News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, May 16, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO sphere filmed entering ocean by another Navy ship, USS Omaha. Plasma UFOs created by U.S. Navy laser. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, May 16th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.